Day 3 of the Paris Olympic Games is done and dusted. As the Caribbean produced a mixed bag of results in the water-based activities, we relive the action from the City of Love and Lights now. Hello and welcome, my name is Kimani O'Sullivan and you're watching We Paris Highlights, where we take you through the best bits of the Games, mostly from our Caribbean athletes in Paris. We begin with the highlights from the women's 100-meter backstroke, where Trinidad and Tobago's Olympic campaign got underway in the form of 17-year-old Zuri Ferguson swimming out of lane 6. Let's take a look at the race.
Heat number 2 of the women's 100-meter backstroke. More countries represented, and that's what you expect, the cosmopolitan nature of these Olympic Games, the whole world coming together. Sitting in the center, you've got Zhenya Ignatova from Kazakhstan.
It's her first Olympic Games. She has been to World Championships before.
Heat number 2 of the women's 100 back, now underwater, about to pop up. And no clear advantage. I take that back up in lane 1. Selena Marquez from El Salvador had the best starts.
A very good start. There was quite a depth that they hit in that start as well. Some of them a little too deep. Keep an eye open as well for Elizabeth Jimenez from the Dominican Republic over in lane number 7. She goes to the University of Houston. She's 18 years of age. I was recently in the DR, and they are just obsessed about sport, more like baseball, but it's fantastic to see a swimmer also from the DR racing in Olympic competition. But the center of the pool has the lead.
That's Ignatova from Kazakhstan. Now almost 3/4 of a body length ahead. You can see the next closest swimmer at her hips. And a great move in lane number 5 from Israel's Avi Barzele, and she's gonna take this one. Israel with the win in heat number 2.
103.42. Sorry, 102.30. I'm going to get these times right. I've just lost the times. 102.30 was the winning time. Apologies. 102.30 winning time, and then the margin was 0.21 of a second. Let's take a look at the start. They did go very deep underwater. I saw the underwater shot and was surprised. A couple of them very close to the bottom of the pool, and it came down to the lunge. There's 3 or 4 girls all in similar times of a 102. Nice touch on the wall. And a good time from Jimenez as well. I was watching how she went, 104.99, so she's broken the 105.
These are the results. Barzele from Israel wins by almost 0.2 of a second. I know my 3 daughters watching at home are going to comment about her nails.
Ferguson finishing 3rd in 1 minute 2.76 seconds. Not enough to qualify for the semifinals. Donald Oliver had a chat with her.
Zuri Ferguson, 1 minute 02.75 seconds. After all of that, as a 17-year-old competing at the Olympics, how are you feeling after that race?
I feel great. Like, even though it wasn't my best swim, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy for the opportunity, and I'm glad I got to experience all this.
What's the learning experience after all of this?
You see, just being able to race against the best in the world, I can only go up from here. Like, there's so much to grow from.
I mean, were you nervous heading into this race?
Not as much as I was expecting, so that was good.
What was it like performing in front of such a massive crowd here?
It was really cool. Like, I could feel the energy throughout all the stands, and I tried to funnel as much of that into my race as I could.
I'm sure your high school and Trinidad and Tobago are really excited about that performance and you competing.
Yes, yeah.
All right, what else are you looking forward to in terms of enjoying the rest of the Olympics?
Oh, I'm excited to just watch the finals of the other days. Like, the energy here is so great, so I love to see it.
All the best.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Meanwhile, Bermuda's 23-year-old Emma Harvey contested Heat 4 of the event, and here's how that race went.
Next in line is heat number 4 of the women's 100-meter backstroke. And 2 Australians populate the middle of the pool, none faster than Kaylee McEwen.
So they know what the stake is now. The top 16 will go through to the semi-finals. They've seen the times. I don't think there should be any fooling around here. No conserving energy, just go for it.
Take your marks.
Here in heat number 4 of the women's 100-meter backstroke, Kaylee McEwen, the defending Olympic champion, the Olympic record holder. You mentioned already, Nick, she had that world record before Reagan Smith from the U.S. swam her Olympic trials back in June.
Yeah, she's not happy about that. She wants to be able to claim it, but more important is to defend this Olympic title that she won in 2020. Often stroking very nicely. Iona Anderson probably has just a little more speed right now, but it is Kaylee McEwen around at the wall. 27.94, so compared to the last one, it is faster. It is faster this heat.
Australia trying to go 1-2. Down in lane number 1, Louise Hansen from Sweden trying to disrupt that top 2 finish for the Aussies. Kaylee McEwen showing why she's the defending Olympic champion. Clear difference in speed. Couple more strokes. She lunges for the wall. Her winning time, 58.48. Anderson does get second for the Aussies. And up in lane number 2, you have Carmen Waller-Seistra from Spain, who will get third.
58.48. It's the first race of the backstrokers. So again, they're just blowing some cobwebs out, feeling how the tape has worked. 58.48. It's a pretty good first heat swim. Great shot of coming off the ledge that you can see there. The body stays completely still. The arms are moving from side to side. The head stays still. Pretty good transitions on the underwaters as well. She was on the lane rope in this final moment, so perhaps not quite 100% dialed in. Maybe the mind wandered just a touch in the final stages. You want to stay straight down the centre.
Our results of the 4th preliminary heat in the women's 100 back. Australia goes 1-2, McEwen and Anderson right there.
Harvey finished the race in 1 minute, 1.78 seconds as she finished 37th overall of 36 competitors, which wasn't enough to seal a spot in the semis. Let's get her assessment of the effort.
Emma, 1 minute 1.78 seconds, just outside your personal best. But talk to me about what it was like in the pool for you.
Oh my God, it was amazing. I mean, you know, of course, everyone wants to come here and go best time at the Olympic Games, but I'm just so happy. You know, I was pretty close, and it's such an amazing atmosphere. So I'm just happy, you know, I was able to go out there and do my best.
Were you a little bit nervous before?
Oh my God, I was so nervous. I mean, it's just, you don't think you're going to be, you know, that nervous because you've had so many competitions and everything, but standing in that ready room, I mean, I could barely feel my body. It was just crazy, but it was an amazing experience, and yeah, I hope to do it again in 4 years.
I know you and Jack are supporting each other. You were in the stands yesterday, and he's here today, right?
Yes, of course he's here. He's probably over there. Oh, I can see him. I'm trying to wave to him, but I won't get his attention.
But talk to me about that support and having him here with you.
Oh, I mean, it means the world. I think, you know, having both of us here together, and we train together at Penn State every single day for the last 3 years, so we know each other inside out. We know when to talk to each other, what we need to say to each other to get each other ready. So, yeah, it's just been so amazing, and it's just so cool to experience, you know, this together. It's
an amazing experience. You would have celebrated your birthday just a couple of days ago, becoming 23 in Paris.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that was amazing because it was my 23rd on the 20. It was my 23rd on the 23rd. So to have that in the Olympic Games was so cool, and the team threw a surprise party for me. So it was just so fun, and yeah, it was just such an amazing experience.
And how are you planning to complete the experience here in Paris?
I mean, I'm just going to try and see as many sports as I can. And, of course, I'll be coming to finals every day to watch the rest of the swimming. And I think the coolest thing about this is there's so much you can learn. This is my first Olympic Games. I know already in 4 years' time I'm going to be so much more prepared. And I just learned so much just watching the best in the world. So I'm excited to keep learning and, yeah, just keep soaking up the atmosphere.
So pleased to be flying Bermuda's flag high as well.
Yes, 100%. I mean, I'm so proud to be from Bermuda. It's just, you know, it's an island of 60,000 people. So to have me and Jack here together is just so incredible. And yeah, I know all the support is crazy. You can see all the pink in the background over there, which has been amazing. You know, there's like 20 plus people here. So that's awesome. And yeah, it's just been an experience of a lifetime. And yeah, I hope in 4 years' time it's even better.
Emma, all the best.
Thank you so much.
We go to badminton now as Suriname's Shoren Opti played his second match of the Olympic Games against Italy's Giovanni Totti. Here's how that clash played out.
The players going through their warm-ups for this encounter. The Italian in his first Olympic encounter, his first Olympic appearance here in Paris. And he starts his campaign against the Surinamese. Second match of the tournament for Shoren Opti of Suriname. Lost his opening game to the #1 seed, and if he is to have a chance to advance, he needs to win here. The umpire and service judge, Jakob Sindberg, is the service judge from Denmark. Diraj Guniadrai, the umpire from Mauritius. "27 years old, Shoren Opti. This is the third time he's qualified for the Olympic Games. He competed at the Rio 2016 Games. Unfortunately, although he qualified, didn't get the opportunity to play at Tokyo 2020. Now, Totti takes a 2-0 advantage at the start of the second. The Italian then went on an 8-point run in game one. Can the Surinamese do the same or something close to it in this second game? 2-1 to Totti. Great defending from Opti, but eventually loses the point. Relentless pressure coming from Giovanni Totti. Not letting up. The top seed, not just in this group, but in the tournament. Shi Yuqi of China. He'd beaten Shoren Opti in the first match of the group, and he will be favourite to advance as the group winner, but Totti putting himself in a good position here if he can go on and complete this win to have a chance of advancing, if not as the group winner, but as one of the best second place. That's a marvelous shot with tremendous power, great drive. And Totti putting on quite an exhibition now. And a rather nervous looking start to the encounter, but having won the opening game, he is building in confidence, which we could have seen from the back end of that opening game. And now Shoren Opti looks in trouble, looks as if he is cramping here. And this is not good for the Caribbean man. Let's have a look at whether we can spot what might have happened. Sometimes just a bad step. Yeah, he doesn't look as if he can continue. This is devastating for the 27-year-old. When you've worked your entire life to get to a stage like this, the last thing you want is for it to end in this way. This is an emotional moment. He is shaking his head in the negative, and that for me is a strong suggestion that he doesn't think he will be able to continue. Totti comes across to give a comforting hand But in a situation like this, it is so difficult to handle. This is terrific sportsmanship from the Italian. He will understand how difficult this must be for the Surinamese. And they shake on it. An unfortunate end for Suriname's Shorin Apti. He shakes the hand of the umpire, and that means that's the end of the contest. Final score, Giovanni Totti 21-8, 4-1. Shorin Apti of Suriname having to forfeit.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Apti. Always tough to see a competitor in tears and having to end the campaign in such fashion. Moving along now, US Virgin Islander Cruz Shembri lost his men's foil individual round of 64 bout against Canadian Blake Brazos 15-8. The 17-year-old leaves with his head held high after becoming the first fencer to represent the US Virgin Islands at the Olympic Games since Los Angeles 1984. You're watching We Paris Highlights. We'll be right back after the commercial break.
Where dreams come alive, nos sommes ensemble, notre âme survit. Glorious, we rise above.
Welcome back to the We Paris Highlights Show. We continue our recap of the action from day 3 with the highlights of the men's singles sculls with Dara Alizadeh. He's been a busy man, and he finally got a win to qualify for the E-final. Let's take a look.
What a way to kill two birds with one stone. Magic Kingdom, and then it's off to Eurodisney. Here we go with the single sculls in the men's competition, second semi-final. Again, heavy African presence with Abdallah Ahmed of Sudan, 43rd at the World Champs in lane 1. 7:46 his time in the heat. We've got to Premana Watana Nasir of Thailand, 7:25 lane 2. Now then, our Bermudan sculler, 4th in the South American qualifiers. We've seen him in previous Olympics. Dara Alizadeh, it's his second games. We've got the British Army officer, Stephen Cox, 5th in the African qualifiers.
And in lane 5, Libya,
Mohamed Bukra, Libyan flag bearer, the second ever rower to represent Libya at the Olympic Games.
He was one of the wild card entries that World Rowing had at the Olympics. There he is. I'm delighted to be here.
Yeah, brings up the African quota again to 3 in this race, the 5 qualifiers plus the quota place. So again, we're looking for 3 qualifiers to the E-final from this EF semi.
Sudan,
the remainder drop into the
Thailand,
F final. Finish no higher than 31st
Bermuda,
in this Olympic regatta.
Zimbabwe, Libya, attention.
Second race of the day. Men's single sculls EF semi-final number 2. Sudan, Thailand, Bermuda. We have Stephen Cox in lane 4 and Bukra in 5.
We've seen Alizadeh, the Bermudan sculler, go out very quick, but not really being able to maintain that. And he's done that again, but I would imagine against this opposition, he might maintain his position. He's such a powerful lad. Look at the way that he's just drawing the blades into the finish there. Up high on the rating, Dara Alizadeh, 40 strokes a minute, getting into his race pace soon. The scullers go off pretty much higher, could be up to about 50 strokes a minute, and they'll hold that rating for around about 20 or 30 strokes, and then they'll think, right, now it's time to settle into the pace I want to go over at the race. So by about a minute into this race, they're probably going to be at 35, 36 strokes a minute, maybe a bit lower in this headwind, and that's the pace they'll go over the race at.
Alizé then leading out the scullers to his left and right. Cox and Watana Nusit is the tie, just a second from Stephen Cox right now. But let's have a little looky here at Dara Alizé, 30 years of age. Born in the USA. He's got an interesting backstory. Flag bearer for Bermuda at the opening ceremony of the Tokyo Olympic Games. World Championship debut 2019 in Linz. Boat race winner in London 2018 and 19. Graduated with a bachelor's degree in economics from University of Pennsylvania. Master's degree in education, policy and government from Cambridge. He's a bright lad. And he has the power on the water as well here. He's leading this EF semi-final in the men's single sculls.
Decent pace through the first marker, 1:45. Obviously slower than you'd expect. Alizé coached here by Rob Baker, who is the current Cambridge University coach. Stephen Cox there. The Zimbabwean sculler does his training on the River Thames out of Molesey Boat Club, just next to Hampton Court Palace, if you know that part of the world. He's coached by the former Molesey coach here, and Franz Infield looking after him will be pretty confident with the start that Cox has made in front of his rivals from Thailand, Libya and Sudan. So in a good third place position to guarantee his passage through to Final E.
Alizé's mum was born in Britain, moved to Bermuda as a child. Dad from Iran, actually, also has US citizenship as he grew up in Brookline in Massachusetts. He's absolutely bossing this. Is Dara Alizé, 8th in the single sculls at Tokyo, 3rd Bermudan rower after Shelley Pearson and Jim Butterfield to compete at the Olympic Games. Silver in the men's 8, representing the USA at the 2015 under-23 World Champs in Plovdiv in Bulgaria. Really bringing it home here for Bermuda. And at the mid-race point, 1,000 metres, has it from Stephen Cox, and in third place at present is the Watana Nusit.
Yeah, I think the interesting point in this race is, can Mo Burak from Libya do something in this third quarter to put himself in contention to get through Watana Nusit, the Thai sculler. Alizé sculling pretty well there. He's quite a muscular sculler, top of his body. You know, kind of, I guess, Dara might be more suited to one-blade sweep rowing than two, but obviously Bermuda doesn't have that many rowers, so Dara is plying his trade in the single. I guess Franz Infield, you can see Stephen Cox a little shorter forward there. That's the reach of his blades as he comes right out towards the stern of the boat. And Alizé, a taller man, and he's got a nice reach. I guess you might want him to come a little bit further forward than that, maybe, ideally. But Franz Infield might have told Stephen Cox, you know, if you can remain in contact with Alizé and just get an overlap on him, he might be vulnerable in the last 500 metres. I don't think that's going to happen here. I'm not sure Steve's got the sprint to get through Dara. But, the question is Burak, and he's now about 30 metres behind Watana Nusit. So I think our first three qualifiers are pretty set, Andy.
Looks that way, doesn't it? Mo Taib, Nemo, and the sprint finish winner of Heat 1 in the EF semi-final competition, Yakovlev, put their place through to the E final. So just over 500 to go. Bermuda still from Zimbabwe. Stephen Cox narrowly missed out on qualifying for Tokyo, didn't he? Lost out to Peter Purcell-Gilpin, who got the nod in that single boat for Zimbabwe, but he knuckled down. And the army officer is here, and he'll be racing again in the E final. We've got Thailand as well, with Watana Nusit going really well still. Yeah, 3 finishers, 1, 2 and 3 are known in this semi.
Abdullah Ahmed from Sudan just coming in 5th place through the 1500 metre mark, and I guess that's where he's going to finish. So no doubt Dara will think this is his best scull. We see Stephen Cox there, good strong core position, nice finish. It's not quite the power of Elizde. Just have a lower 2K ergometer score. These rowers test themselves in the winter on the rowing machine. Because power isn't everything into rowing or sculling. You've got to be able to apply it. Clearly, Elizde in this sense can apply the power he's got. 6 minute lower, I think, 2K test.
Cox is going to come in second. So a lot of African presence in the lower orders. By the way, the benchmark African's going to set by Ali Ibrahim, who was 8th, second in the big final back in Atlanta, 1996 in the banner of Egypt. Also, was the dominant sculler from that continent. Cox is really digging in now, but it's 3 on that bow. Pretty in pink here. Dara Alazde from Bermuda, leading us home here in the second semi-final in the EF competition. It's a drive to the line from Cox, but Aliste has it. Got Tana Nassif as well with those two, but the first 3 go through to the E final. Bermuda with Aliste, Stephen Cox of Zimbabwe. He had a fade at the end at Watana Nassif, but here he comes in to cross the line for the ties. There are 3 qualifiers to the E final.
Yeah, it'll be Mobarak from Libya to cross the line in 4th place, the wild card entry sculler. The Sudanese sculler, Abdullah Ahmed, will be crossing the line. There he is, 27-year-old from Khartoum.
Yeah, and that makes it 3 Africans in the F final. Abdullah Ahmed, Andre Matthias and Mohamed Bukra. So they will be the bottom 3 placed finishers here in the single sculls. Stephen Cox will go again in the E final, as they can finish 25th now. Qualifiers from these 2 semis. Watana Nassif, third qualifier from this second EF semi-final.
Rowing in Italian-made boat. White shell, very prominent in the small boats here. The Olympic Regatta Versuman. You can see the reach he's got. It's not quite as long as some of the top scullers, you know. He doesn't drift out. Maybe he could drift out a little bit longer out the front. So he's taking a look round the finish line, and there it is, across the Dara. Big smile. He's got his winning race in the bag at the Olympic Regatta. Cormorant drying its wings. Plenty of fish, blackbird to feast on in this lake by the Marne there. Confirmation, Elizde Cox and Watana Nassif go through.
Alizade qualifying there for final E, having clocked 7 minutes, 33 seconds. We're going to cap this segment by taking a look at the men's 100-meter backstroke final. We head over to the Paris La Défense arena as we take a look at the men's 100-meter backstroke final, where Italian history was made on the night.
Here is the field. We'll have Oliver Morgan from Great Britain in lane number 1, but in the center, the top qualifier, Zhu Jiayu from China.
As we welcome to the pool deck the first of the finalists representing Spain, Hugo Gonzalez de Oliveira. Finished 6th in the 100 metres backstroke in Tokyo. Martin Zubero famously won the 100 metres backstroke in 1992.
As mentioned him a moment ago, officially now in lane number 1, representing Great Britain, Oliver Morgan, the national record holder at 52.7.
Representing Greece, he's the European champion, Kostalis Restou. 9th fastest all time.
Lane number 2, representing the United States, Ryan Murphy. Gold in this event in Rio, bronze in Tokyo. He's got racing down. A lot of veteran experience. He knows when to turn it on.
Speaking of knowing when to turn it on, an African record was set in the semis by the next competitor, lane number 6, is Peter Kotza from South Africa. 52.63 was his time.
Ligne 3, représentant la France. Line 3, representing France, Johan Endenois.
I tell you what, I am not a betting man, but if you had predicted 3 French swimmers in lane number 3 3 times, you could have won a lot of money.
Here is the current world record holder. It is Thomas Chekon. He is getting faster at the right time. World champion 2022. He watched his teammate win the 100 meters breaststroke in Paris 24. What can he do?
Here's your top qualifier. As I mentioned, the only man under 25 seconds at the 50 turn this morning from China, Zhu Jiayu.
The Greek swimmer has never won a medal in the pool at the Olympic Games. They've had an open water success in 2016. Can Chekon do? Holding the world record. He was a little sluggish in the heats. Got himself into lane 5 for the final. And then the evergreen Ryan Murphy. 4 gold medals to his name. Crowd favourite. Enjoy Brouard.
Incredible, both the world record holder and Olympic record holder in this field.
Take your mark.
The final, the men's 100-meter backstroke. They are submerged, but they will explode above the surface.
Zhu from China, a really good start across as well. Ryan Murphy got off those blocks very well. He's going to try and steal this from lane number 2, Murphy. But Zhu already is starting to put in some really nice strokes. Let's see what he turns out. Will he go in 24 again? 24.88 at the 50-meter mark.
Even faster than this morning. Ryan Murphy close in second. A fantastic underwater from Murphy.
Murphy's putting the foot down right now. It's a great 25 meters off the wall. He's starting to fatigue, bouncing up and down a little. It's across here. It's the Italian world record holder.
It's the Italian Thomas Chekon coming through the field. Chekon gold. Zhu silver. Murphy bronze. Thomas Chekon finds the wall first. He owns the world record and has a world championship. But it took until now to know what it feels like to grab an Olympic gold.
.52.00 the winning time. Zhu from China into second, as Craig said. 52.32, so the winning margin was 0.32 of a second, and Murphy 52.39. He completes his set of medals. Gold in 16, a silver in 20, and now a bronze in 24. Let's watch the start. Murphy got off to a great start there. Chekon was there and abouts the whole time. At the 50-metre mark for Thomas Chekon, he was sitting at third. He went out in a 25.1. The turn was so very important. Ju was around first, but didn't hold that lead as Chekon started to put the foot down. And a great touch, perfect timing, a little fly kick to get him in on the wall. Well, Brouard, a very long glide into the wall. He came in at 7th.
The official results of the men's 100-meter backstroke for the medals. Gold for Chekon from Italy. Zhu from China earned silver, and Ryan Murphy bronze.
Yeah, Italy's Thomas Chekon claiming the gold medal, making him the first Italian man to ever win the event at the Games. We're going to take another break, but when we return, more swimming action as well as some major tennis action. Don't move a muscle. Back with more highlights from day 3 of Paris 2024. This is We Paris Highlights. We're going to take a look at the women's 100-meter backstroke final, which produced an exciting show for the masses. Here's how it went.
This is the women's 100-meter breaststroke final in the midst of their pullout. It was Teng from China, the fastest in the first 50 this morning.
Yeah, and has got off to a great start here in this 100 meters breaststroke. Really stroking fast there in lane number 6 is Teng. Across the field, don't be fooled by Tatiana Smith's pacing right now, because she will come home very fast as the 200 Olympic champion from Tokyo.
Teng from China, first at the wall, over half a second ahead of McSherry and Evans.
That is a very fast split, sub 30 seconds, 29.94. Always when you go out that fast, the question is it too fast? Will you start to fatigue? She still has a lead right now, but across at the top of the pool, it's Pilato. Look at her go.
The Italian on the outside, trying to fool everyone. You've got Teng coming back from China. Medals to be decided. The lunge for the wall. It is Tatiana Smith gold. Teng from China silver. And Mona McSherry from Ireland bronze. In an aquatic room full of resumes, Tatiana Smith cuts through the clutter and makes the world take notice, and in the process, earning a gold in the 100 breast.
What a swim. That lead changed in 5 meters to the wall. So focused. There's Teng. She led from start to 95 meters. And well done, Mona McSherry. Oh, what a swim. Tatiana Smith. It has not been an easy road for her to get here, Paris 2024, but it is a successful one, winning gold in the 100 meters breaststroke. We watch off the start. She was there and abouts at the 50-meter mark. She was actually sitting in 4th. She went out in a 30.62. Great turn, swivel, the tuck, the push. It was blistering pace out at the 50-meter mark. And then we have Pilato over in lane 1 throwing an effort in. And a perfect touch by Smith. Her first Olympic final in her married name of Smith, and now her first Olympic gold medal. Well done, Tatiana. It's been a tough, tough period of time. She contemplated not continuing to swim. Has really found some peace in herself and pride in what she's doing. Lily King, 2016 champion. She finished equal 4th.
These are your official results in the women's 100-meter breaststroke. Tatiana Smith now has a gold medal in the 100-meter breaststroke to go with the gold medal she has in the 200 that she earned back in Tokyo. Tung, the silver, and Mona McSherry, the bronze.
Victory for Tatiana Smith of South Africa, who also happens to be the Olympic record holder for the event. Still in the pool though, the women's 400-meter individual medley final was the Summer McIntosh show. Definitely living up to her name in this one. It for sure feels like summer.
The women's 400 IM final here in Paris has commenced. The start isn't going to win you the event, but it certainly helps your setup. Back down in lane number 7, Ella Ramsey from Australia. Great start.
She had a very good reaction time and the first few strokes, but really already it's Summer McIntosh that's taking a lead over this field. 1.62 meters per second, 1.6 coming in. That's her trimming to get a full stroke on the wall. Turns, underwaters, they're all going to be really important because they add up over this 400.
The prognosticators have already predicted a McIntosh win. It is just perhaps about the margin, but don't tell that to Katie Grimes in lane 5 or Emma Wyant in lane number 4.
She's under world record pace at the first 50 meters, and it is a long way to go, but 0.19 under her own world record pace. And it looks as though in lane number 4, Emma Wyant is really a long way away right now. Having said that though, her split from the prelims was around the 102, so I think she'll probably go around fairly similar. Yes, she does, but Summer has picked it up quite considerably in this final, as you would imagine.
This is what Summer McIntosh has done to her competition for numerous years in a row. At only 17 years of age, her second Olympic Games, she's already won a silver medal in the 400-meter freestyle. Back to work here in the 400 IM.
And look, she is great at all 4 strokes. She races them all individually. Breaststroke is probably the one that she doesn't race individually, but when she set a new world record, she improved her breaststroke split by almost 2 seconds. This is a wonderful swim. She is 0.91 under her own record pace, world record pace.
In lane 3, it's Summer McIntosh, the world record holder. Closest to her in lane number 5 from the USA, Katie Grimes, who won the US trials back in June. She also has 2 silver medals from a couple world championships. Summer McIntosh right there, 2:05.59 at the halfway mark.
0.71 under the world record split. Now she moves into the breaststroke. As I said, she's been working really hard on this. Now let's not lose focus on the second place getter at the moment, Katie Grimes from the USA. As I said, racing relays at the 2020 Olympic Games, now into the individual final. She is the leader right now, Summer McIntosh, but a great breaststroke leg going on by Katie Grimes.
Well, you mentioned the minor placings. Moving into 3rd is Freya Constance Colbert from Great Britain. A great breaststroke leg by her to move her through the field. But keep your eyes focused on Summer McIntosh, the leader, as she tries to beat her own world record.
For the first time, she's gone above world record pacing. She's plus 0.20. So that breaststroke leg, that 50 was 38.83. So really needs to, if she wants to break the world record, clearly going to win a gold medal. But if she wants to swim faster than she's ever swum before, now is key time into this last 100.
Every great athlete, every great performer, in fact, most people that have a great outlook on life will tell you, you must try to better yourself every time you get a chance. McIntosh has 2 laps to go until she gets a possible gold medal.
We are looking at a fantastic swim. She's turned in 3:24.95. Now it is about how fast she can swim. She's off world record pace. However, she is absolutely streeting the field here in this 400 IM. A huge margin between 1st and 2nd.
Canada will be celebrating a 50 freestyle from now. There's her final turn. 2.5 seconds roughly over the world record, but for 2nd and 3rd, Katie Grimes sits in 3rd, and here comes Emma Wyant for the Americans for a possible bronze.
And putting down the head with 15 meters to go, 25 meters to go is Summer McIntosh. She's putting in a big 6-beat kick, trying as hard as she can. There is a race on for 3rd.
Summer McIntosh teaches a master class in the 400 IM as she masters the field to win her first Olympic gold medal. It is Katie Grimes with the silver, and America gets the bronze as well in the form of Emma Wyant.
What a swim. What a champion. Her first gold medal. There's her mum and dad. Her mum, Jill, raced at the 1984 Olympic Games and now gets to watch on and see her daughter win Olympic gold in the 400 IM. Well done, Summer McIntosh. And to the Americans taking second and third, Katie Grimes, she was right there. And what a second half of that race by Emma Wyant. Just fading off a little bit was Freya Constance Holbert. Ella Ramsey into fifth. What a race. She led from start to finish. There wasn't a moment that she wasn't in front. It wasn't until the 250-metre mark that she slipped away from that world record. That is her own world record. So clearly she had signalled that she wanted to try and get it. Great technique, as you can see, tucking the chin. Mum and dad getting behind her. Mum
right.
Jill lives with her in Sarasota, helping her prepare for this moment. So now a gold and a silver to Summer McIntosh at these Olympic Games.
And we're only a third of the way through this swimming program. The official results of the women's 400 IM. Our first of 5 medal events this evening. Summer McIntosh, 427.71. The Americans, Grimes and Wyant, round out the medals with Freya Colbert from Great Britain just missing out in fourth.
McIntosh claiming her first ever Olympic gold medal in convincing fashion, taking her medal tally to 2 at the Games. To the tennis courts now, where it was a heavyweight clash in men's singles competition, where the 2 most successful men's tennis players in history locked horns for a record 60th time. Spain's Rafa Nadal went toe-to-toe against the Joker, Serbia's Novak Djokovic. Djokovic dominated the match and led 6-1, 4-zip. Nadal rallied to 4-all in the second, but Djokovic refocused to close out the contest. Let's take a look at the closing stages.
Smart second serve that was from Djokovic. Still a lot of advice coming from the Djokovic team. He only needs to win one more point. It is match point for the 24-time Grand Slam champion. For the 31st time, Djokovic beats Nadal. And perhaps ends one of the all-time greats' careers. It was an all-time great comeback in the second set. It looked that way. From 4-love to 4-all. But as he so often does, Djokovic from that point on was able to forget and able to close out this match as his quest for gold continues in Paris.
Djokovic staying on course for an elusive first Olympic gold medal. Nadal, though, can still win his third Olympic gold medal, but he'll have to do it in doubles alongside Spanish superstar Carlos Alcaraz. We're just about through with our highlights for the day, so let's give you the medal table standings. Yeah, Japan in first with those 6 gold medals. And in second, we have France, China, Australia, and Republic of Korea on 5. While the USA rounds out the top 3 with 3 gold medals. Thanks for spending your evening here on We Paris Highlights. I'll be back with you tomorrow. You know the drill. Same time, same place, same face. Take care.
De chaque nation nous venons pour rivaliser. Avec passion et courage, nos cœurs sont élevés.